Setting quite the scene for us at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Two of the NFL's best starts challenging each other here. Off we go in a Week 4 showdown. Starting from the 5. Makes it up to the 25. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. And at the helm, coming off a career-best performance in Year 7 here in the NFL, the #1 overall pick back in 2018 out of Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. It's sort of keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Quickly into the hands of Evans. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops. And the Birds bring out the nickel look. 3rd down coming up. Irving trying to run for the first. Disappointing way to begin this one as he is stopped for no gain. And 3 plays in, Brock, they're already facing 4th down.
You know, I don't even know sometimes what it means to blow up, but that's exactly what the defense did. I do know this. It means stopping that offense in critical situations and forcing a 4th down. Now we get to see whether or not this offense wants to gamble.
And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by the newly minted Super Bowl champion, now in his 6th season, Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into these short yardage situations around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Jukes one defender. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
Jamel Dean on the tackle. It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Philadelphia.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Going to go with Barkley on the counter. A big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run.
That's what you call a run into darkness. There was nowhere. I mean nowhere to go.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this is looking familiar, partner. He's dropped for a loss again. It's going to be 3rd down.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
And he's there to send that one away incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 4th and long. The Eagles are in punt formation. And this will put an end to the drive after it stalled out. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Bucs to the line. 1st and 10. Play fake. It's Mayfield. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again is Baker. Down by Chris Godwin. Ooh, this is close, but I think it's going to be third down. Gain on the play up to the 38. Now it looks like one of the Eagles is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. Mayfield keeps it himself. They're loaded and ready for that sneak. One thing, they stop him at the line. No gain.
A gain on the play. And a first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun handoff to Irving. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. The linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
That's going to be incomplete. First time he's looked his back's way this game, but no results yet.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Kate, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
And looky here, you don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win.
At the 35-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. They go to Barkley again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Looking for a target. It isn't holding up. They're ready to drop it. And they're staring at a 4th down now after that sack.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Braden Mann at once more for another punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Drive begins with a run by Irving. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
That's some tremendous study right there. That linebacker, it was almost as if he was in the other team's huddle and knew what was coming. He read his keys, he pulled the trigger, and he makes a tackle for loss.
Here's 2nd and 14. Finds him over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
A gain of 10 brings up
Baker now from the gun. That one's good to Godwin. they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
For a first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Irving here from the gun. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
That's another Buccaneers first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Gets it on the draw. Quite the turnaround these last two plays, huh? Nice gain on one, and now they get him behind the line.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice gain. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Short pass brought in. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. They're down at 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive.
At the 1-yard line.
Pressure coming, Baker. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers go up 6-0 here in the first. Mike Evans with the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Dory Jackson now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. First call here coming from the shotgun. Back now, pressure on its way. It's a screen to Barkley. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Brings up second and 2.
Barkley at the pistol again. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be third and longer.
It takes a coordinated effort by everybody offensively. O-line, tight ends, of course those backs. Somewhere, somebody, well, they missed by just enough for the defense to break through and blow that play up.
And time runs out before they get the snap on. That's the end of one. 7-0 is our score. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They start out with 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one's caught, Smith has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 5. First down, Eagles.
First down, ball at the 36. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Let's get to that wide complete. And they hit big there on that 2nd down. Let's see if this play holds up or not, though. We've got a penalty flag down. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back.
Still second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Hurts looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. From the pistol, Hurts. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he ended up time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35.
At their own 39-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Baker now off to play fake. Back to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
2nd and 1.
On
the out route complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a 10-point.
Again, this is Irving. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Well, we know that everybody's got to work in the same accord to get it done offensively. Every lineman, and of course, those guys behind the line. Somewhere, somebody missed their cue by just enough for the defense to break through and blow that play up.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Completed over the middle. When he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and
3rd and long for him here. Got his man. This is McMillan. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
1st and 10.
So that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And got what he could there. Only about 4 yards on 1st down.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
This is hauled in by Ahn on the right side. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Well, hold on a sec. We've got an Eagle hurting pretty good out there, and they're going to head out to look at him. Offense set for a 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down.
You see that sweep blown up before it gets to the outside, you know defensively, tremendous anticipation. But even more, better execution.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Mayfield now from the gun. It's made by Bucky Irving. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd
down, give to Irving. And he's going to haul it in for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 13-0 lead. Attack on the extra point. Extra point sent in through the lane. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flight. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he gets it forward to show about a yard out of that. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. Drive entire straight. It's 3rd and 9.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
1st down, around with Barkley. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. Because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field. He still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates notice.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. They'll make a big for it on the ground. When he gets about 9 on this one, and maybe a little momentum as well to consider going for it now on 4th down.
A gain of 9 on the play, but it brings up 4th down.
Great man on the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. They're up 2 touchdowns and could make it a 3-score game here. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Give to Irving to stop his drive. And this defense bringing the hammer down, driving them backwards to the 9. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Cooper the Gene in to pick it up. 2nd and long. They didn't have to pass, Brock, but you kind of knew that was what was coming. They had the right coverage out there to pick it off.
Yeah, you really have 2 choices here, Kate, offensively, right? You can play conservative, try to get to a manageable 3rd down, or you go step on the gas with aggressiveness. And I love aggressiveness. The problem? Well, this defense saw it coming, and even more so, they took it away. They went up and attacked it and got the ball for themselves.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive. 7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. It's Thompson starts running. Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well. It's going to cost him about a yard.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
We're at the 2-minute warning now for Raymond James. The Eagles in need of some points before the break. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They run it with Saquon. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Hurts now from the gun. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a one-score game before halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
His kick is good.
That one splits the uprights.
The score, Buccaneers
And the Eagles chop
14,
the lead in half. It's
Eagles
down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Bucs to the line. First and 10. Irving on the inside give. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, Irving. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
He was brought down by 6.
Third is short. Mayfield hits him on the out route. This does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
4-yard gain.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first.
Riley
Dixon getting set to punt it once again. Jackson on the return. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. This one up to about the 27-yard line. A play made by Jacob Parrish. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
A gain of 9 yards.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops. He picked up close to 4.
He's brought down by Deion Jones. A gain of 5 brings up
Here's 2nd and 5. Buying some time right. And this one doesn't go far. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
He's brought down by Deion Jones. A 2-yard gain.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stops.
To Jahan Dotson. A gain of 12.
So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Huber.
Thanks so much, Scott, and hope you are really today enjoying that dry studio as the rain continues to fall here in our second half. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Jahan Dotson on the return. The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes first and 10. Third quarter is going to start with a run by Barkley. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Run loss of a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap for Hurts. on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Complete to Devontae Smith. A 7-yard gain on the play.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, he's going to run for it. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Toss play to Barkley. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
That's a pretty good look right there at the struggle offensive linemen have. Athletically, they're just not as fast as these linebackers. And if they don't win early, those linebackers outrun them, and they can play like that behind the line.
And it's a nice game, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. Moving in the right direction, 5 yards there, but still got a 3rd and 9 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Hurts to throw. Pass complete to Goddard. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
Dallas Goddard. A gain of 27 on the play. And an Eagle first down.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Eagles.
They'll run it. This is A.J. Dillon. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal coming up.
A.J. Brown. 1st and goal, Philadelphia.
Back now, pressure on its way. He's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with the brains, the processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. You just put on a show.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This return starts at the 5. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Tampa Bay ready to head out to the field. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Irving. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Right back to Irving now. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. I'll start this one out with Barkley. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Tackled at the 25-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And not a lot available there, makes it to the 26. Tackle made by Kalijah Cansey. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
And it's 3rd.
Hurts looking to throw. This one's caught, Smith has it. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
1st down, Philadelphia.
There's a toss right to Barkley. Across midfield at the 45. And they finally get to him at the 15. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. Gonna go with Barkley on the counter. He's up again. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 3rd quarter lead. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
No doubt. That one right down the middle. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Here come the Bucs on offense now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Bucs to the line. 1st and 10. Give it to Irving on the option. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Fighting for all he can, partner, but this play is not going to get past the line. It's going to be 3rd down.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Down the field. Evans has it. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield.
And the Buccaneers, 1st down.
Irving here from the gun. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. Following that play, an unfortunate development, Brock. It's Bucky Irving who was injured. Medical staff out providing some assistance. Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, White. And he's going to be blocked out after reaching the 43. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on Brooks. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain.
A gain of 2. Brings up second.
This is Irving on second. Escapes a defender. Following that play, an unfortunate development, Brock. It's Bucky Irving who was injured. Medical staff out providing some assistance. Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1. Short yardage run for White. Jukes the defender. He's stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on that game. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
That's another Buccaneers first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Again, this is White. He finds space into the red zone. And he did not get in. Finally stopped at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's another Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
After such a magnificent run, quick story time. My first NFL start. Ricky Watters does the same thing. Gets the ball inside and near that goal line. Now get in the huddle, Ricky says, give Ricky the ball. Time to give Ricky the ball. You pay off a running back after such a tremendous effort.
Just shy of the goal line. No gain on the play. Leads to
White. And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers cut it to 1 late in the 3rd. It's a Rashad White touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Buccaneers tie this game at 21. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This our last play of the quarter.
At their own 26-yard line.
Shotgun on the ground here with Barkley. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's all knotted up at 21, partner. Still plenty of scoring here as we try to decide our winner. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They go to Barkley again. All right, they bought him a little room. That one good for 6 on 2nd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stay next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
And an Eagle first down.
Sending a receiver left. First down, and they go right back to it. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Play action. Hurts has it. One's complete. It's Bryant outright. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. The Buccaneers bringing out a dime look. 3rd down coming. Throwing here, Hurts. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Eagles.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll motion a tight end left. First down, a run with Barkley. Takes out a one-stop. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Back to throw, Hurts. Finds it. Oh no, the ball's loose. But it looked like an eagle flew in and was first to the football. They're retaining possession.
Recovers by the offense.
It's a sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain. Now following the play, we see the medical staff hurrying out for an injured Buccaneer. They're set up at the 35 now. Gillen, a first down carry. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. The offensive love execution of plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for second down.
Good running here. He's across the 15. And finally, he's down at the 5-yard line.
First and goal.
They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal. From the red zone now. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a fourth-quarter lead. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Any of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for it.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. Starting out trips right here. First and 10. Trying starts with a carry by White. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Halfway there on first down. That brings up second and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Here's White again. And they finally make it just a yard. And it's third down. Baker now from the gun. Got his man. It's on him. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That one gains 7. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, a run for White. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Taken down right
As a corner in this league, oh, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. Penetrated over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, it's a give to White. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4. At the Eagles.
Look on the draw, White. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 6. That's another Buccaneers first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
He's now to the running back. Still has room inside the 15. And he's finally taken down at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
That's another Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Mayfield tucks it, starts running. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers now trail by just a point in the 4th. Baker Mayfield the touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers tie us up 28-all. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return starts at the 9. Good work so far. He's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. And we're going to have to pause here. An injured Buck still out there and being looked at now. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. First and 10. Now begin the drive to Dillon. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain. And boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Went the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes second and 12. Hurts now from the gun. Ball finds his running back. It's A.J. Dillon. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for him. We've got first and 10.
First down, Philadelphia.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Eagles pushing to get within range for a game winner. First and 10 from the 41. Hurts tucks it, starts running. Strong running inside the 30. And he has it almost to the red zone down at the 21-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Gets it to the 15. And just before he can get the first, they escort him out. So it's going to be second, and it looks like less than a yard.
It's second and inches at the Bucs 11-yard line.
They'll give this up the middle to Dillon. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
A loss of a yard.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. Third and a lone yard coming up. Going right back to Dillon. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's fourth down.
A loss of a yard brings up fourth down.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott.
Jake Elliott.
Pretty automatic look for him from the
A
left.
30-yard attempt.
And that one is good. And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
31.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Counts on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Starting from the 5. He's brought down just inside the 25. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I'd expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second.
He is to throw.
At the 36-yard line.
He brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're rolling him out of bounds. We've got third down.
Incomplete. Sidney Brown on the coverage.
Trying to get it with the option. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. Just picks up the first down, too. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. There's the gun, White. They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock, as this one loses yards. Now it looks like one of the Eagles is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. All right, here we go. Second down. He'll look to throw it. Over the middle, he's got McMillan. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. And they get that clock just below 40 seconds to play. Less than 40 seconds to work with. Here comes 2nd and 10. Setting up to pass. It could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Eagles make the play that should win them this game.
Obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. Back into that favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout. So the Eagles will fly out of here with their own win. Well, what began as just a good start to this season might be becoming something a little bit better, Brock. 4-0 now. There may be some serious legs to the start they're having here.
Yeah, let's not go calling them the 72 Dolphins yet, Kate. A lot of season left. But you'll hear coaches, especially in this first month of the season, call it stacking wins.
Yep.
And you know, if you can sustain success and you stack these wins early, you're typically a playoff team late.
So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.